Hey guys, welcome to Python Essentials. Last video, I told you people that from this video I'd be shifting to Visual Studio, a brilliant IDE by Microsoft. I've been working with Visual Studio for the past 3 years, and I kind of do all my project, my web development, my mobile development projects, and all those stuff on Visual Studio. I normally do not work on other environments as compared to how much I work on Visual Studio. So I was really happy that as soon as they released Python for Visual Studio, I got my hands on it. So Python shell is fine, but then working with Visual Studio will give you an actual feel of a programmer, and plus there are a lot of features which are available in Visual Studios that which are not in Python shell. So you pretty much won't be needing a lot of stuff to get Python working on Visual Studio. All you need is Visual Studio. I'm kind of working with Visual Studio 2013. I haven't actually upgraded to 2015 yet because I want to mendel around with 2013 for a bit and then I would move on to 2015. So in this video, I'll show you people how to get how to get Python on your Visual Studio. So all you're gonna do is you just open your browser, just type for Python. There you go. You could just come up over here and then in your Bing search or whatever, be it your Google search or any search, you'll have this link where it says Visual Studio Gallery dot msdn.microsoft.com/ blah 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 blah. So you just click on this link and it'll just redirect you to the page, and you just click on this get now, download it. Maybe you could just read about this, all the documents and the project is all in this page. You could just go have a look at it. Once you've downloaded it, I'm not going to download it because I already have Python integrated in my Visual Studio. So if you want to do it, just go ahead, just click on get now, download it. Maybe if you have some question and answer, you could just want to go to the question and answer session. Maybe most of your questions would be answered over here. You would get your reviews and all those other stuff. So that's pretty much it to meddle around. So you just download it. After you download it, that's pretty much it. After you download it, what happens is you get a wizard, and that wizard tells you, it takes you through a number of steps that you have to go through so that you could get it installed on your Visual Studio. So I mean, to get it integrated with your Visual Studio. So for Visual Studio, it should probably uh, it's a bulky IDE. It has a lot of things you could do with. You could meddle around with a lot of things, and it's fun to work with Visual Studios. Well, at least for me, because I've been a Windows fan right from uh, I know not when. Anyways, so if you're new to Visual Studio, this is how your start page would look like. So you have all these menus and all these things that you could click on, maybe get a bit of idea of how these things work. So let's just get started and see what we could do over here. You just go into file, new, you want to create a project. Over here, when you create a project, it could be any kind of a project. It could be a mobile project, or it could be a web project, or a commercial project, or an enterprise project, anything that you would wish to do. Now this is what you would be getting as soon as you click on the new project. You click on the templates, and as you know, the C Sharp was by Microsoft and my favorite language. So when you open up C Sharp, you could see that if you want to develop store apps, be it Windows Phone apps or Windows apps, Windows Desktop, web, all these kind of things you get. Now if you want to go on to the other languages, this is where normally when you install Python, it gets integrated into the Visual Studio. You will find Python over here. So you just click on to Python, you have web, or you just hover over it and just click on Python, you get these things. So you have like web project, bottle web project, Django project. Yeah. So what we would be doing is we're just gonna go to Python application, and in Python application, this is where I want you people to type your name. It could be any project name that you want to type. For me, let's just because this being just an introductory lesson, I would just show you people how to create a project, and in my next video we should be doing a we're just gonna get started with a bit complicated program, and from there on we're just gonna get to programs which are getting more and more and more complicated with a lot of functions, methods, and all those kind of stuff. So anyways, let me just type this as greatest of two numbers. Yeah, so then Visual Studio takes care of that. As you can see, it's just creating your project, greatest of two numbers. And once that is done, you would get to the place where you're going to be coding. If you could see that, and if I haven't mentioned it in my previous videos, you should see that there's a .py. That's the extension that you need for a Python file, and that's automatically gets saved in the Visual Studio. So this is where you would be typing your code. Over here, once you type the code, I would show you people how the code can be typed and how a comment can be laid. And in my next video I would show you how you could type the entire greatest of two numbers program and then run it completely without, which is hassle free and which is completely readable and just with beautiful lines of code, so not having any trouble and then just falling in love with Python. So that's pretty much it for this lesson. Moving on, from next lesson I'll show you how to find the greatest of two numbers, and then slowly we'll try to cover as many programs as possible, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so if you have any queries regarding Visual Studio or how to integrate Python with Visual Studio, just please lay it down in the comment section below. I would definitely get back to you people at any stage, be it from installing Visual Studio, or you want me to go ahead right from the start to show you people how to get started with Visual Studio. I'll just let you know. Visual Studio actually costs a lot, so you could do two of the things. One is either download the trial version but for 30 days, or if you're a student, you could just log on to DreamSpark and enter your details, credentials, and then you get a free copy of Visual Studio. That's a really good deal. So anyways, do like my video, subscribe, and watch out for more videos.